My name is Dr. Diane Pomerance, and I'm so delighted to be here with you today. I'm proud to welcome you to the world of spirituality that I know. As a young child, I was very spiritually oriented and very much a child of nature. Oh, I loved the thunderstorms. I loved whatever kind of weather presented itself, the seasons, the changes in the seasons, the leaves falling in the fall, etc., everything in blossom in the spring. And because of that spirituality, I've been on sort of a spiritual odyssey my entire life, and I'd love to share my experiences with you. When I was 15, a dear friend of mine, a very dear friend, introduced me to a book called Autobiography of a Yogi by Pomerance Yogananda. It was life transforming, and within that same time period, I met a guru up in Toronto, Canada, of the Satmat, S-A-N-T-M-A-T, religion, and I felt such an affinity for India and the Hindu religion and thought one day I will go to India. In the interim, however, I studied many different kinds of religion and learned much about spirituality. I studied spiritualism, I studied theosophy, Subud, Sufi, and you may never have heard of some of these, they're pretty esoteric. I studied with J. Krishnamurti, who was a great teacher of theosophical background, and so on and so forth. And I studied with a Zen Buddhist master as well. And then at one point in my life, I had been in the entertainment industry in New York. And to further my career, I moved to Los Angeles, where I ran into an old friend from college of mine. And rekindling our relationship, she introduced me to a dear friend, mentor, and spiritual teacher of hers, and that person's name was Catherine Hayward. And Catherine transformed my life. I also wanted to share a very vital and significant part of my life with you, and will do so in subsequent videos. But I wanted to say that I'm an activist for animal welfare and also the environment. And I've learned so much from my animal companions, as I call them. So much spiritual information and attunement with Mother Earth. And in the videos to come, I want to share what I have learned from my animal healers, guides, teachers, companions. The subsequent videos will incorporate the power of one's mind. And our thoughts are really potent, really powerful in manifesting a world of peace. The more people that are thinking about peace and praying for peace, the greater likelihood there is of achieving peace on earth. I'd also like to talk about one's overall health and well-being and what that comprises, and how to take care of one's physical body and breathing and meditating, and how comforting and important a role these play in your lives. Ultimately, though, I would like to talk about death, life and death. And is there death? Well, my dear friend and teacher, Catherine, whom I earlier mentioned, taught that there was no death and that you couldn't die if you wanted to. So that's something that I'd really like to discuss with you, because she proved to people all over the world that they couldn't die if they wanted to, and that life is continuous, humans are immortal. My animals have played such a significant role in my life and taught me so much. So many life lessons about unconditional love and loyalty and devotion and being non-judgmental. What a gift, the spontaneity of living with animals. And so I was led to write 7 nonfiction books about my beloved animals, and not so much my beloved animals, but animals in general, and particularly our pets, whom I prefer to call animal companions, because they truly are companions. I wrote 7 nonfiction books about animals, and very proud of them, and also about loss. In fact, my first book was after my dog Caesar died, and it was called When Your Pet Dies. It was written for children precisely because as a society we're really not conditioned to deal with grief and to talk about grief. And for children this is very difficult. After the nonfiction books, I was led to write a book in 1982, which I had just revived. I've spent the past year editing it. And this talks about a remarkable period in my life and one of the most amazing people I have ever met. Her name is Catherine Hayward. She was my spiritual teacher, psychic, clairvoyant, healer, mystic, visionary. There are so many adjectives that would really describe Catherine well. And I'll tell you a little bit more about how I met Catherine. As I said, it was through a college friend of mine. However, our relationship blossomed immediately, and we shared many spiritual adventures and a great deal of knowledge and research together. I'm so proud of my book, Catherine. It took me almost 5 years to write it, and then edit it, of course. It's now available on Amazon, yay, and on Kindle Direct, so go for it, people. I hope you love it. If you want more information about me, please visit my website. It's drdianepomerance.com. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you next time.